Um, I don't know how much time you have if you want to take a little bit of time to take a look at this one as well, but in less detail, because we've always been an hour, already been an hour. I think because your decision making seems pretty decent. Is that another friend? Table shower?
These are two other friends, yes.
Oh, they're two other friends.
They're both the same rank as me.
Okay, and you play on the same account and everything?
Yep.
Okay. So when you play with the GC2, it goes up, and when you play with them, it goes down a bit.
I don't know. Maybe when we play with the GC2, it goes down a bit because he pulled it up a little bit.
Yeah. What was I saying? Yeah, I think. How much do you play a week? Roughly.
I've usually like 5-6 hours, maybe more sometimes.
Okay. 5 to 6 hours. And how much is training?
Not very much.
Not very much. So you're the type of guy that maybe goes in free play in between games and a minute or two before the third man shows up, so you can start playing.
Yeah. I like the dribbled 2 overhaul. Is kind of the thing I like, but
yeah, which in threes it's rare that you can use the skill.
Yeah.
I would suggest in your downtime, if you're not someone that likes training that much, in your downtime, to check either a shooting training pack or aim training by Coco.
Mm-hmm.
You know that map?
Yes.
Okay. Especially where you're at and seems like you really enjoy playing threes. Actually hitting the ball where you want it to go is much more likely the type of things you're gonna do all the time. Right?
Okay.
Controlling the ball is great. It's just actually going around the field with the ball on your car in threes.
Not very common.
Well, sorry, I hit the microphone. To be honest, I'm surprised it's getting more common the higher I rank up in threes. But it's because people are able to be aware when they have space versus when they don't.
Okay.
Because if you drive around with the ball in your car and you're not aware of where the opponents are and you get dunked, it can go straight in your net and your teammate can't do anything about it. So it's more like that. I'm not saying don't dribble. I'm just saying might not be the best use of your 2-3 minutes of training.
I do. We do play some twos sometimes too. You know.
Okay.
So
yeah. No, and twos a lot more. But shooting is very, very, very useful in twos as well. Like you actually do hit the ball either to your teammate or to the backboard or to the side wall to yourself or to the net to score. Because in champion, because I'm trying to find what can you do to get better. What are your goals? What's your Rocket League goals?
I would love to hit GC and get, the GC rewards.
Okay, in twos and threes, with or without the help of Mr. GC2?
Without.
Okay. And twos and threes, does it matter to you?
It doesn't matter which one. It's
okay.
I think I'm a little higher in twos.
Okay.
Than I am threes, but yeah.
If I go back here, like this, go NG. Yeah, you're C1 div 2 in twos, and you're Diamond 3 div 3 in threes.
Yeah. Had a couple rough days.
yeah, happens. Your amount of game for your rank is reasonable. Are you the type of player that only plays Rocket League when their friends are there?
More so lately, yeah.
Okay. And do you have other gaming time that you play other games because your friends are not there?
Not so much. It's usually us, and we're either playing Rocket League or Fortnite.
Okay. Because I was trying to find, like, I think you could really use I don't want to push it too much. Let's call it 15 to 20 minutes. 15 to 20 minutes of practice.
Yeah.
Shooting, fast aerial. I didn't check if you were fast aerialing. Do you know those words?
Yes, I feel like I've tried it. I did a training pack one time, and I feel like I figured it out there and tried to do it, but maybe I'm not very consistent at it.
Okay. I'll try to take a look when you take off in this replay. But yes, because your understanding of the game seems good, other than when you need to leave faster when it's time to leave. You need to recognize that I don't have any business here. I'll just rotate back and play next time. But the rest, you don't go on vacation like your other teammate in the other game. You don't, you're in the play, you're trying and stuff. It's just you seem like you're missing tools in your tool belt to contribute.
Mechanically missing, yeah.
You're a bit a passenger in the or I call them tourists in the game. If your teammates are doing good, you're gonna do good, and if your teammates are doing bad, you're gonna do bad. Or if the other team, dude, you didn't have to. Sorry, just give me a second. I'll thank you. The bot just told me to say thank you. Or if the other team is making mistakes, you're there to collect, right? But towards GC, they make less mistakes and they're less obvious and they're less, you see what I mean? So you need to kind of force them a bit more to make mistakes, and that's where your control on your car and your control on the ball gets very important. So maybe trying to think, maybe 5 minutes of rings, 5 minutes of dribble, the maps that you like, and a 5 minute of aim training. I think you could really use this a lot. Aim training, or maybe I'm trying to find for your fast aerial, or maybe we find you a training pack instead of doing aim training. We find you a training pack with power shots and fast aerial shots, so you could practice them.
Okay.
But I think this 15 minutes, air quotes, once a day or every other day, or I don't know how many times you play Rocket League. You can even do it when that's another thing. Do when you play with your friends, are you the first one that logs off?
No.
Because something you can do is actually after the session, you go do your 15 minutes of training. Maybe someone hangs around in Discord and you keep having chat or whatever, and just 10-15 minutes type thing. It could actually change your play a lot.
Okay. I kind of like that. It's not overcommitting and just jumping in doing an hour of training, which sounds incredibly boring.
Personally, I like it. I was the type of guy that spent 2 to 3 hours in a rings map, and I loved it. And I would put either music on or a video on my second monitor, or on your phone if you don't have a second monitor or something like that. Watch a series. I watch series doing Rocket League training. and every time I would have I would install another game or something like that, and I would be waiting for it. I would boot up Rocket League Training or just hit the ball in free play or stuff like that, because seems like no,
That was not fast.
oh, I'm on the pen like this. None. Yeah. Did you see how you jump and them started pulling back?
Yeah.
Jump and then pull back. This is not a fast serial. Chat, be my memory. At the end, I want to go through a little fast aerial tutorial. So you want to jump, you want to pull back, and then you want to jump again.
Okay.
What happens in Rocket League? Maybe I could. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Resume. In Rocket League, when you pull back on your joystick, or forward, or on the side, or whatever, basically you're generating acceleration in a circle pattern. Okay, so your car rotates backward, and then you let go of the joystick. Okay, but it doesn't instantly stop spinning. And then you jump. Because you're not holding the joystick down, you're not gonna backflip, but your car is still spinning backwards. And then you can, after you've done your jump, you can go back to pulling backwards and fly upwards. So here you could actually have taken off fully upwards and have been much faster over there. If you can back in. Most likely, even if they come up the wall, I think you were beating them there.
Yeah.
And it costs less boost as well. Ooh. That was fine, the rotation and everything, but here you have a... Here, no. No. You have a guy there that's going for that ball.
Yeah.
So you're late on rotation. In twos, I would tell you demo the second guy. In threes, with the guys there, I would say just rotate back post. Because your first teammate that's in position is the responsible for the direct shot, basically. Because here, if there was someone that was placed properly, he would have a shot now on net on this ball when it lands there. Right here, when it falls on the ground, you would take a power shot on net. And it would have been your job to save it.
Okay.
Teammate double commit. I'm trying to find something you could have done. Because you could have been a bit patient here, I think. Because you see that he's not dangerous, right? If he had kept pushing this ball, eventually it would have been dangerous. But here, so if you don't boost and jump there, if you just look at him and check, and you lose control like that, then you can catch the ball. Either you catch it and you direct it in the corner, or you catch it and you take a 50 with him that's going to attack you. And therefore it gives much more time for your teammates to rotate back. Because here he sees you, he sees that you're hitting the ball, he just waits for your hit, and they normally should put it just straight in. Kind of beams a shot and the other one finishes it. Oh, or not. But it should have been a goal. Oh, your car died? Okay. You did that same thing again. You did that in the other game.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why you cut mid here after picking up this boost. Where's your teammate? Is that how you guys play? Because who's your teammate that's gonna be on my right?
Table shower.
Table shower. Yeah. See? So if there's a ball that goes mid, it's his ball. Right? You're there to play next on the wall, or for all the balls that fall first post. Unless you guys talked about it, and I've seen in the past, well, want my pen. Okay. I've played in a team where this was the first man, this was the second man, and he was the one that was responsible for cutting mid, and the third man would play basically where table shower is, but he would be aware that he's the third man. But most of the time, you're the third man. You're the last man. And you're gonna play if the ball comes back this way, and you can pass or shoot. Or if it falls like in this line type thing where your teammate that's mid is not going to have a good shot, you should have a good shot. In this case, you should be a bit more like here. So if something happens, even on the wall, you can actually play it towards net. Versus here, if you end up here and then there's a ball in the corner or on the wall there, you need to play it towards the wall. It's not ideal.
Is this something, because I play both 2s and 3s, is like I would want to be more mid in 2s,
well,
right?
Mid-ish, yes. So in 2s, I explained that I trace a line with the ball, and if your teammate seems to have the upper hand, you can be slightly inside. And if he doesn't seem to have the upper hand, you need to be slightly outside. So that's basically the position you're supposed to play. And the more the ball goes mid, the more you can creep up mid forward. But yes, this is a 2s situation. But now we're playing 3s, so we play much more. Already I need to zoom out to show everything. Kind of makes sense. So your player 1's playing the ball. We want a player 2. I used to draw it like this, but the higher rank you are, the more back you're gonna go, because the plays are much faster, much stronger. So like I would have liked table shower to be a more forward, but maybe he doesn't move forward because you're forward, right? And the third man should be I would say here type thing. So you should be here. And if your teammate gets stunk, but again, you would have to adjust depending on the rank. I haven't played the Champion 1 3s in quite a long time. So depending on the speed of the play, you would be plus or minus forward. Your gauge is going to be, let's say your teammate gets speed clean. Are you first on that ball? Right? And if they get a good clear, what you consider a good clear, do you have time to get back? And that's going to decide whether you were too close or too far. And it's going to be a trial and error type of thing. But generally should be around this area. Should be your third man position. And not stopped. That's another thing. If you're stopped, you park the car to reaccelerate and turn, let's say, it's gonna take you too much time. Normally we're gonna be a lot more sideways. We're gonna hover like this around the play. and oh, seems like the play's going this way. I'm gonna turn, I'm gonna be ready to intervene, and whoop, turns out my teammate dunked him. I'm gonna come back here. Oh, looks like it's gonna go the other way, and I keep on rotating. You see what I mean? So you hover in this box with some momentum. You don't have to be supersonic, but just so if you need to go forward, you can, and if you need to go backwards, you can, with the momentum that you already have.
Yeah. Sideways though, because I found myself turning around right when the play was happening and then not being ready for it.
Yes. That's why sideways is very powerful in this situation. The detail that becomes a bit more like gray, a bit more subtle, is that depending on the type of play, you need to judge when you're gonna need to be where to decide when to turn forward or backwards. Let's say there's a ball that goes fast to backboard. Remember in the other game, there's a guy that made a monster clear. He just skimmed it like that with his bumper, and it cleared completely all the way to your backboard. You remember that touch?
Yeah, I remember.
So when you see that this is possible and you're the last man, you can already start turning, right? Because anyways, you're not the next one to play if he whiffs. It's going to be him that should be more forward. Or him. So when you're the last man in threes, you don't play the same game as your teammates because they're playing forward to score and you're playing. Often you're going to be the one that scores the goal, but it's going to be in 2 or 3 seconds, not now. Right? So you're playing that, in last man in twos, it's complicated because you need to defend and attack at the same time. Well, it's pretty much the same job in third man in threes, but you're going to have to attack, but in 2 seconds, but you might have to defend right now. That's what you're working with. That's your job. So yes, basically here would have been better, so you can go there or turn, depending which direction you are. Most likely you're gonna end up a bit close there to play the next one. And you park the car, so you have no momentum. Actually, you still manage to do something good, but let's say we take the same ball, but you're a bit more over here. You might choose to let the ball bounce and get up the wall to get your touch, or you get there in time and you actually get good power shot in there, and it makes a nice like that in mid for your teammate or something like that. You would have had a better opportunity there.
I think that would help a lot too, because I find myself in situations like this where it ends up just rolling up the back wall and it's just super easy for them to clear.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider subscribing. If you're interested in getting coached, please join the Discord and open a ticket in the channel coaching request. That's about it for today. See you next time, and good luck on the grind.